evening and welcome. You're watching the 7 o'clock news on CNC3. I'm Ria Ramble.
I am Jesse Ramdev.
And I am Jassim Marik with sport.
Let's tell you what's making the news tonight. Education Minister confirms officers in high-risk schools will carry guns, while the police issues internal warning over misconduct.
Older Haiti fishermen ground boats after Venezuela declares them condemned to death.
The search continues for missing Cal pilot. Witnesses report seeing his vehicle, but say police never responded.
Ahead in sport, all roads lead to the Hazley Crawford Stadium. The 12th man rallies to support the Soca Warriors and their 2026 World Cup quest.
After some ambiguity on Thursday, Education Minister Dr. Michael Dowlett is confirming that police officers deployed to keep the peace at some high-risk schools will be equipped with firearms.
Meanwhile, Deputy Police Commissioner Junior Benjamin has laid down the gauntlet, telling CNC3 News that he warned those officers assigned to schools that he will not tolerate them engaging in any inappropriate behavior with students.
Akash Samaru has more.
Have I cleared it up now?
And clarity was definitely needed. At Thursday's post-cabinet news briefing, it remained somewhat ambiguous as to whether or not police officers would have firearms when deployed at high-risk schools come Monday. We sought out the education minister today, who finally said yes, there will be officers with firearms at some schools deemed high risk.
Officers will be in their full kit. Some of their kits will have lethal and some will have non-lethal weapons with them.
And by lethal, you mean firearms, guns,
yes.
Right? Okay.
Minister Dowlett said this initiative of police in schools will initially run for 6 months, and a report will be sent to Cabinet on its effectiveness. We understand the TTPS will use this weekend to ascertain which of the 50 schools will qualify for officers with guns. The schools are being assessed not only for violent behavior within the school compound, but also if the surrounding communities are prone to violence. And while 95 officers today have graduated from training to operate in the schools, Deputy Commissioner of Police Junior Benjamin, who is the point person for this project, said he has personally warned those officers about engaging in inappropriate conduct or relationships with the students.
Anyone found committing any offences, especially with the children, they are going to be treated with the full brunt of the law. And, we have to start with our officers and let them understand the seriousness that they are entering into. This is not for games.
But while the education minister is optimistic this will go a long way in addressing school violence, two key education stakeholders are still not on board. The National Parent Teachers Association President Walter Stewart told CNC3 News armed police on school compounds would only add to the fear and stress already faced by students and teachers. Meanwhile, tutors Martin Lumpkin said teachers accept the police presence near schools, but oppose armed officers being stationed on school compounds. Akash Samaru, CNC3 News.
Our Police Commissioner Alistair Guevara says the arming of police officers on school compounds will depend on the risks involved.
Guevara is giving the assurance that the safety of staff, students, teachers, and the officers themselves will remain top priority.
They will be appropriately armed based on operational assessments. While all officers will be equipped for response, what they will be armed with will be determined by specific environmental and safety considerations, taking into consideration officer, staff, and even student security.
The police commissioner says there is no reason for parents or anyone else to be alarmed. Now, with schools set to open on Monday, we asked you if you support the move to have police officers with guns in high-risk schools.
Here's what you had to say.
Not 100%, reason being because some police may be eager to want to use it because of some unruly kids. And by the behavior, by not listening to what the police is saying, they might feel to want to use the firearm which is on them at that moment.
No, I don't. It's too risky having guns in school with the young children. I don't support it.
The police, yes, but not necessarily with the guns. You understand? But you need We need something in the schools right now.
Why not with the gun?
The guns is a dangerous thing, man. And there's a wrong children too. So if they have the police, you have something that they could use that could probably take the children, you know, but not a gun, it's just shoot and kill.
Yes, let school children out of hand now. No, I don't suppose. Because remember, we have so much children in school, right? And that gun could go off anytime.
No. Well, high school have gangs, right? So they say. Now you put in 2-3 police officers. Now when they'll overpower the officers, if it have gangs, right? Now they'll have 2-3 gangs. They'll overpower the police officers, they'll take the weapon.
We're keeping a close eye on developments in the Caribbean Sea, where tensions between the U.S. and Venezuela are escalating.
On Thursday, 2 armed Venezuelan F-16 fighter jets flew near the USS Jason Dunham, a destroyer which is part of a U.S. naval flotilla. The Defense Department later confirmed the flyover, calling it a highly provocative move, and warned the Venezuelan government against any further attempts to obstruct military operations.
In response, President Donald Trump is sending 10 F-35 fighter jets to Puerto Rico to join U.S. warships already in the southern Caribbean. In Ecuador yesterday, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio praised this country for supporting the U.S.
I don't know if you saw yesterday Trinidad, a country that has suffered greatly from all these drugs coming out of Venezuela. They were congratulating us for it. They thought it was a great thing because they've suffered from it. So we're going to continue to hunt for, like we always have, but this time we're not just going to hunt for drug dealers with the little fast boats and say, let's try to arrest them. No, the president has said he wants to wage war on these groups because they've been waging war on us for 30 years and no one has responded. But there's no need to do that in many cases with the friendly governments because the friendly governments are going to help us.
And speaking earlier this afternoon, U.S. President Donald Trump said there's now a significant drop in boat traffic in that region of the sea after the deadly attack earlier this week.
I will tell you, boat traffic is substantially down in the area that happened. They called it the runway. It's a runway to the United States. And boat traffic is very substantially down on the runway. You can imagine why. I think anybody that saw that is going to say, I'll take a pass. I don't even know about fishermen. They may say, I'm not getting on the boat. I'm not going to take a chance.
Trump said if the Venezuelan planes put U.S. soldiers in a dangerous position, they will be shot down.
Meanwhile, countries of the community of Latin American and Caribbean states have expressed concern over the recent deployment of extra-regional military forces in the Caribbean and Latin America. Trinidad and Tobago was not mentioned in the communique.
Some Otaheite fishermen have pulled their boats ashore after a chilling warning from Venezuela's defense minister, who declared that Trinidadian fishermen are now condemned to death by the actions of their own government.
Many now fear that a routine day at sea could be their last. Radhika De Silva and Chetika Singh have all the details.
But it's not too nice right now, so you don't know we are going away for hunting. We're close.
Fishing in the shallow waters of the Gulf of Paria may be safer, but fishermen at the Otaheite port say the catch is not always bountiful.
We just catch sometimes you don't catch. Sometimes it is be hard, sometimes it's good.
But the deep waters, they say, have become too dangerous to fish. Between U.S. warships, Venezuelan patrols, and pirates demanding ransom, they say a trip to sea can cost thousands of dollars or even a life.
Sometimes there's a fish on the line there, so we go on and look for them and hold them. It's big fish sometimes, but we can't take that chance right now with what's going on right now.
With tensions increasing, they want the Venezuelan authorities to stop insulting Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar.
Them saying that we Prime Minister drunk and out of timing. They're not their business. Auntie Kamala alone by. Come on to do that by. She just saying she opinion, but well, let's stay away from me now.
Others say they've stopped fishing totally as nobody is prepared for any war.
We're not a war country, by. We're a country just trying to survive, by. We are with the back and we pay them and UNC with the back and our country, right? We go deal with that. Everything okay. But this kind of thing when them talk about submarine or they with nuclear and all kind of thing, whatever really going on, by. That mad thing, boy, tell them stay away from me now, and stay away and stop killing me people and stop coming around with borders now, but let's stay in America without a timing thing, boy.
They say the Otaheite fisherfolk in particular are on edge, especially after one of their own was branded a terrorist by Venezuelan authorities earlier this year.
When we see them Spanish and them with their boat, we have to run. If we run, they're going to kidnap you, they're going to kill you. So whatever going on, let it go on. That's the most I can tell you. Ask some more serious men who want money they pay to get back their boat, engine and sailors. Some of them pay back money, they get back the sailor, they get back the boat and engine. Ask Muruga, any side, any part of the country on that side.
With boats grounded and livelihoods at risk, the fishermen say the sea that once fed them has now become a place of fear. Radhika De Silva, CNC3 News.
Still to come in the news, after nearly 8 years, over 24 former marine company workers finally get their outstanding salaries.
You have to set goals. You cannot just be working without having a clear goal in mind for what you want to achieve. It doesn't have to be anything extravagant, but it needs to be something realistic that you know you have to put your mind to it.
Medal winner Reginald Mohammed shares secret to CSEC success.
Coming up in sport, Hope and Pretorius power the Guyana Amazon Warriors past the Royals at Kensington.
At Bagwansing's, Port of Spain and Chaguanas, we are committed to providing quality products for all major building projects. Let's build together with rebars and beams, BRC coils and mats, RHS and angles, roofing sheets and purlins, lumber, plywood and MDF. Bagwansing's, building homes, building communities, building TNT for over 60 years. Bagwansing's, Port of Spain and Chaguanas, building value every day.
Authorities are actively searching for a Caribbean Airlines pilot reported missing.
Police say 59-year-old Captain Daniel Kewell of Palm Road, Valsay North went missing with his vehicle, a Toyota Hilux registered TCM 1784 on Wednesday. His family said his last communication with them was at 5 p.m. on Wednesday. Calls to his phone have since gone straight to voicemail. A missing person report was made to the police. A Cascade resident reported seeing Kewell's vehicle near his home. The vehicle had been left there overnight, and the resident claimed police did not respond to their initial call. Hunters Search and Rescue, led by Valence Rambarat, have joined the search efforts.
The residents did call the police, and they said the police did not respond. It stayed there Wednesday into Thursday, and Thursday up until 11 p.m. That is when the cricket finished. And the resident said by the time he got up at 5 a.m. in the morning, the vehicle was gone. But he's sure that the police did not remove the vehicle.
We understand that TTPS has also launched an investigation as to why no one responded to the initial report made to the police. Former National Security Minister Gary Griffith is supporting government's decision to decommission the Port of Spain prison, describing it as a long overdue step in the right direction.
Griffith served on a 2013 Special Prisons Committee tasked with reviewing the state of the country's penal facilities. He says the move aligns with recommendations made more than a decade ago about the deteriorating and outdated conditions. Griffith emphasized that the closure must be paired with wider reform measures, including the expansion of rehabilitation facilities, improved staff training, and greater focus on reducing recidivism.
So this is obviously a step in the right direction, but what it will take now is to be able to build a proper prison, to have systems to ensure that we can stop the problem that we've had for the last few years with prisoners having full access for communication, and also to try to find ways and means that when persons are incarcerated, they don't come out a more seasoned, hardened criminal.
President of the Prison Officers Association, Jared Gordon, assured that his membership will work alongside the authorities to ensure the transition is smooth.
What I could say is that with new modern construction technology, such a facility does not have to take years to be realized.
Yesterday, Homeland Security Minister Roger Alexander said that Port of Spain inmates will be temporarily relocated to the maximum security prison in Aruca until a new facility is constructed. Ahead of tertiary institutions welcoming their new intake next week, students have been unregistered from COSTAT's Nursing Assistant Program. The college informed students the course has been put on hold until further notice. President of the Nursing Council, Corey George, said he advised the institution that training in the program must not commence until both the Nursing and the Accreditation Councils have given approval. In response, COSTAT said it received approval from the Accreditation Council in November last year, but is still awaiting written approval from the Nursing Council. The institution said it has submitted all required curriculum documents and revisions. CNC3 News understands the course was never officially launched, and the 17 students who registered will be reimbursed. The college said it began accepting applications due to overwhelming public demand for training in this area to facilitate timely intake planning. Earlier this year, it was revealed that Trinidad and Tobago recorded the worst nursing exam grades in the region with a 50% failure rate.
8 years after the marine contracting company was placed in receivership, 34 former employees have finally received their salary arrears. The former employees of the Destiny-based company received their substantial checks at the SWWTU Hall in Port of Spain this morning. Many of the workers had given up hope of ever receiving their outstanding salaries before the union and its lawyer, Nairi Alfonso, stepped in to give them a lifeline. In 2017, the company was placed in receivership by Republic Bank, which sought to have its assets sold to clear its significant debt. The SWWTU and Alfonso successfully arrested the 3 vessels the staff worked on and pursued a case over their outstanding salaries. The case was based on a maritime law principle that a ship's crew should be the first to be compensated in instances of receivership and not the secured creditors. In a brief interview, Michael Anisette noted that the union intervened on the workers' behalf even though they are not direct members.
Seamen's Union is the regional representative on behalf of seafarers. So if there is any issues involving seafarers, we are duty bound, all right, to make representation on their behalf.
Anisette called on the government to consider introducing the maritime legal principles that was utilized in the case for normal companies.
We are seeing in Seamen and Waterfront Workers Trade Union, the company law must change to give the priority to workers' salaries.
Anisette said such a change would afford more protection to workers who he said were the most vulnerable in company bankruptcy situations.
Opposition Senator and former Finance Minister Vishnu Danpal is expecting a significant fiscal deficit in the upcoming national budget.
And in other business news, better known as a commercial bank, Scotia's insurance offering is becoming an emerging force in T&T's financial sector.
More in tonight's Business Watch from Geisha Carlessa Alonso.
Expect a significant fiscal deficit of about $9 billion in the upcoming 2026 budget. This from opposition Senator and former Finance Minister Vishnu Danpal as he gave his predictions on the upcoming budget to be presented by the government. Danpal says given the government's campaign promises and a subsequent decision to scrap the Trinidad and Tobago Revenue Authority, he is struggling to see how the government is covering most of these expenses.
They're going to have to deal with the 10% for the public servants. Given their borrowing program, that looks a bit sketchy at this time. They're also going to have to deal, and I'm speaking on behalf of all retired public servants everywhere, about the no taxes on public service pensions, significant point, and also a decrease in corporation tax. How are they going to handle all this? These transactions if you are no revenue authority?
Danpal made the comments while attending a back-to-school distribution event at the Rima Community Center hosted by the People's National Movement on Thursday. In other business news, Scotia Insurance is positioning itself as a possible solution to the region's chronic underinsurance problem. In an interview with Business Watch, Jared Perryman, Managing Director of Scotia Life T&T, explains what this means.
And it is meant to put a bit of a magnifying glass on the protection gap that exists across most economies, whereby individuals and families alike are either underinsured or they are uninsured. And as a consequence, that creates a significant risk for most economies, because as you transition and you carry debt that is not covered, or you carry responsibility that is not covered, it creates a whole host of issues for families that are trying to grapple with just regular day-to-day finances. So the goal is to put focus on that protection gap and encourage persons to close that protection gap.
According to Perryman, the gap threatens not just personal financial security, but the economic resilience of entire communities.
You being able to protect your family, you being able to protect your loved ones, you being able to put things in place for your financial future, you being able to build a bridge from the person you are now to the person that you want to be, can be done through the implementation of these financial solutions, but it takes intentionality to do it.
As September marks Life Insurance Awareness Month, Perryman also notes the company is doubling down on both growth and purpose. Geisha Kaulesa Alonso, CNC3 Business Watch.
A day after winning the 2024 CSEC President's Medal, Naparima College's Reginald Mohammed is being celebrated as a role model of discipline, dedication, and leadership. Reginald shared secrets of his success with CNC3 News, saying he always tackled his weakest subjects first. This led him to attain 12 grade 1s while remaining active in sports, music, and school clubs. Hailing from Debe, Reginald says his grandparents, who are farmers, taught him the value of hard work. Grounded by faith in God, he also credited his parents, Nazir Mohammed and Sharda Sukra Mohammed, his teachers and school community for shaping his journey. Beyond his own achievements, Reginald says he views success as uplifting others, mentoring younger students, and living by the principle of being his brother's keeper. He shared this message for students who may be struggling at school.
You have to set goals. You cannot just be working without having a clear goal in mind for what you want to achieve. It doesn't have to be anything extravagant, but it needs to be something realistic that you know you have to put your mind to it. And once you do that and have a constant schedule and stick to it, you'll be able to achieve what you want to achieve.
Vice Chairman of the Secondary School Board, Christian Duku, said Reginald is living proof of the power of parents, teachers, and stakeholders working together for success.
Teachers do receive training from the Ministry of Education from time to time. And so we have a good relationship with all the stakeholders. And we have hardworking teachers and non-teaching staff as well. Everybody feels comfortable here. Parents are respected, and the respect is shown to staff and everyone here. It's really a conducive environment for learning.
Well, Reginald says he hopes to study abroad and achieve his dream of becoming an engineer. Congratulations to him, and I really admire his strategy. Tackle your weakest subject first. Good job.
Good job. Well, still to come in the news, they may not be in government, but one P&M corporation is finding an innovative workaround to pave roads in its region.
Okay, I see you. Okay, let me see you, Cherry Hill. Yeah, now take it back. Let me see you rock off, shake off, shake off. Let me see you rock off, rock off. Let me see you kick right, now kick left, now step forward, now step back. Lucasade, bring the energy.
Food basket, nation's #1 supermarket, bakery, restaurant, meat market, fresh producers, everything fantastic. For everyday low price, things real nice. Come in once, but to come back twice. Wholesale retail, everything for you. A real much wanna shop for go view. Food basket, the nation's #1 supermarket, bakery, restaurant, meat market, fresh producers, everything fantastic. Food basket. Marketplace Shogunas, where shopping is a pleasure and the price is right.
It's a beautiful day at the Oval. And opening the bowling from the Palm Grove end is Sean Bishop. And here he comes charging in. Right arm over the wicket. Powell takes a huge swing. Richardson is under it. Whoa! That was a spectacular catch. Big things ahead for this new crop of youngsters. The future is bright.
Do you also find putting on shoes awkward? Do it like me. Put them on easily without using your hands. It's like an invisible shoehorn helping you step right into the shoe. You don't even have to bend down. Just slide your foot in and you're done. Try it. Skechers Slip. Hands free.
It's back to school savings time at Pasar the Food King. Creamery ice cream 1 gallon, 2 for $90. Nestlé Top Ramen chicken 3 ounces, 5 packs, now $20. Fresh Harvest peas and carrots 425 grams, 3 for $20. Creamery yogurt 120 ml, 4 for $20. Bananas only $5.99 per pound. Cookmate oats 226 grams, 4 for $20. Gala apples snack 10 for $20. Nestlé green butterfly milk 250 ml, 3 for $20. Mellow chicken nuggets 340 grams, just $17.99. Kraft mac and cheese dinner 5.5 ounce, 2 for $20. Joe Sing's noodle broad and fine 200 grams, 5 for $20. Caribbean parboiled rice 400 grams, 6 for $20. Brunswick tuna flakes 142 grams, 3 for $20. Santa Rosa chicken Vienna sausage 141 grams, 4 for $20. Sale ends September 8th or while stocks last.
Need to upgrade to a better phone system? Contact the experts at Voice Outsourcing. In office or remote, our phone system allows you to take every call. Grow your bottom line by offering excellent customer service. Call 217-1895 or 628-8182 or email today.
Welcome back. Ambassador-designate of the State of Palestine, Dr. Linda Sober Ali, has underscored her commitment to deepening bilateral relations with Trinidad and Tobago and the wider Caribbean.
Yesterday, the Office of the President and cabinet members officially welcomed the ambassador, reaffirming the country's continued support for a two-state solution to the ongoing conflict between Palestine and Israel. On CNC3's The Morning Brew earlier today, Ambassador Sobe Ali expressed gratitude for the diplomatic relations shared between Palestine and this country. She also noted the opportunities for cooperation that can benefit the region.
I'm here to strengthen our bilateral cooperation would it be in medical, agriculture, educational, cultural ties and exchange is very important. Agriculture is very important, and that's one of the main points that I want to work on, and I've already started working on some MOUs with General Frame Cooperation.
Her comments come at a time of heightened tensions between Palestine and Israel.
Dr. Sobe Ali used the occasion to make a plea for peace and a renewed commitment to reconciliation.
Well, China is making a bold play to reshape the global balance of power, unveiling its military might in a high-profile parade alongside Russia's Vladimir Putin and North Korea's Kim Jong-un. As the geopolitical stakes rise, officials at home are sounding the alarm.
One historian is tonight saying World War III is not a question of if, but when, and Trinidad and Tobago must be ready. Kay Marie Fletcher attended the victory parade in Beijing and brings us this report.
It was a display like no other as China unveiled its modern military might during its 80th anniversary parade to commemorate the end of World War II. Flanked by leaders of Russia and North Korea, China signaling its diplomatic strength could rival that of the US-led world order.
But what does all of this have to do with Trinidad and Tobago, you may ask? Well, in a world where global power is shifting and new alliances are forming, it raises a real question. Is sticking with the United States Trinidad and Tobago's best move? Or should the government of the day be exploring new alliances, new partnerships that could shape our country's future in a very different way?
According to historian Dr. Jerome Tilaksing, a war is underway.
The world is on the brink of a world war. What I foresee is that if a conflict does occur, millions will die, and it could mean long-term effects on us.
However, he thinks choosing sides may cost Trinidad and Tobago too much.
We don't have that clout, that global clout, to say who we are supporting or not. And the United States has a good relation with us in terms of not just for countering the drug trafficking, but for trade. And we cannot jeopardize that.
He says preparation is needed.
So I think we also have to look ahead. We have a budget coming up in a few weeks, and we have to be also looking at the price of oil, because if a war erupts, the Middle East will also take a stance. You would know, K-Marie, Iran was invited to that event today, so that Iran and other Middle Eastern countries will be taking a stance.
And while they both agree the country should maintain its neutrality, Dr. Amory Brown wants the government to explore new partnerships.
What is required of us is to intensify our relations in all directions at this time, including with the Latin American region, including with China, including with countries to the Far East, Singapore, Malaysia, other partners, including with our Europeans. So it cannot be one being pursued at the expense of others. And this is where a balanced foreign policy and wise diplomatic engagement comes into play. I'm not sure that is what is being deployed from Port of Spain at this time.
CNC3 News made several attempts to reach Foreign Affairs Minister Sean Sobers for comment on the issue. However, those efforts have gone unanswered.
With talks of war growing louder, Trinidad and Tobago must now ask itself, where do we stand? And which side of history will we choose? The answer, only time will tell. K-Marie Fletcher, CNC3 News, Beijing.
All right, it's now time for a look at tomorrow's weather forecast. The Met Office says the islands can expect a partly cloudy day with isolated showers and a medium chance for isolated thunderstorms. Tomorrow's maximum forecast temperature in Trinidad is 33 degrees, while Tobago will experience a high of 32 degrees Celsius. Seas are moderate with waves up to 1.5 meters in open waters and 0.5 meters in sheltered areas.
Well, still to come in the news, ever wondered what it's like to dive 150 feet below the sea without getting wet? We're taking you to Barbados on a deep sea adventure for This Week in Travel.
Food Basket Marketplace is celebrating our 34th anniversary for the month of August, and you're invited. Massive deals like big deal peas and carrots, big deal kidney beans, buy 3 tips, get 1 free, Port Royal oil, 900 ml, buy 3, get 1 free, buy 12 packs of toilet paper, and get a pack of napkins free. Come and shop to win in one of our 34 shopping sprees. Big giveaways and free hampers to be won, only at Food Basket Marketplace, Orima, Chaguanas, Shop Flair, and Goldfield. Food Basket, where shopping is a pleasure, and the price is right. Food Basket, the nation's #1 supermarket.
Do you also find putting on shoes awkward? Do it like me. Put them on easily without using your hands. It's like an invisible shoehorn helping you step right into the shoe. You don't even have to bend down. Just slide your foot in and you're done. Try it. Skechers Slip. Hands free.
Welcome to ABC Doors and Windows, T&T's #1 destination for the best quality and widest variety of doors and windows. Enhance your space with our premium wooden, steel panels, fiberglass, and steel security doors, complemented by our aluminum, UPVC, and steel windows. Shop for the best quality and service at ABC Doors and Windows. Visit our impressive showroom at 1 Chancatrace, El Socorro South, or call 638-7184 to get started. Trust ABC for a better choice.
Welcome to
Chairman of the Tunapuna-Piako Regional Corporation, Josiah Austin, admits there's currently a shortage of hot mix asphalt needed to repair roadways.
He explains that the cold mix they procured is used mainly for smaller repairs to address damage along Racecourse Road in Karapu. The regional corporation has partnered with Trinidad Cement Limited, Cemex Limited, and other businesses in the area to pave the roadway. But this time it was not with asphalt. 3 days ago, Austin revealed that nibs, a byproduct of cement manufacturing once considered waste, was used to smooth the road surface. Today, stakeholders returned to inspect the results.
Around this time, it's a bit slow to get, and because of resources, because of finances and otherwise. So we welcome these initiatives that would assist. As you would know, even though we always welcome other initiatives because of the span of our region and the types of roads that we have.
Opposition MP for Malabar Mausaka, Dominic Romain, says even before he was elected, residents had been calling for repairs to the roadway,
which is a major thoroughfare for the residential area that is just behind us, which houses probably thousands of persons. So when I was campaigning, this was one of the issues that was raised, and I was asked to treat with it urgently. And so I'm fortunate for us to be the beneficiaries of this.
Now, TCL provided the materials free of charge while the corporation supplied the equipment and manpower.
Contacted for comment, Minister of Rural Development and Local Government Khadija Amin said a comprehensive program is being developed to address the pothole issue nationwide. The minister added that the plan will also tackle other roadway damage such as slippage.
However, she criticized the opposition for, as she put it, finding innovative ways to repair the road now that they're out of office.
Over in Princestown, farmers there woke up to the shocking reality that their Coriel fields were raided in what residents describe as a night of ruthless theft.
Dozens of coconut trees slashed, crops torn from the ground, tools stolen and produce scattered everywhere. Now the community is demanding answers and action from the authorities.
Radhika De Silva and Ivan Tulsi have this story.
We need protection. No unauthorized person to enter into this area.
Farmers of 2nd Coriel Road, Irie Village, Princestown, are calling for more patrols after thieves raided their fields yet again.
All my coconuts, they gone with it. They come back again last night and finished my nephew. Over 10 trees of coconut gone. So I look into the administration, agriculture, to do something about it, protect our farmers. I still want to work wholly, but not at all again. It's no encouragement, nothing at all. Because after you spend whole day, you can't eat, you can't sleep, and what you have in the garden produce, they're going with it.
The thieves, although identified, have never been charged.
Me and Mr. Hanuman's son run down some of them. You understand? We run down some of them, pops in higher up there. They come and they tip out all his street paper, over about $20,000 in street paper and stuff. And they keep on going on, so we don't know what going on. It looks like they have to make here like a farmer zone only, and who invited to come in.
They claim the police have done nothing to help.
The last one is supposed to come here now, they never come back again. I call them, they say they'll be here in an hour time, never show up.
When CNC3 News visited, piles of coconut shells lay on the ground, many prematurely cut from the trees. The farmers say because of ongoing theft, over 40 farmers have already abandoned their fields.
A good bit of them giving up farming because one of these people and them pass the damaging equipment on them because we solely rely on like generator and pulling water from the pond and whatever. So nearly about 40 of them give up farming down here.
And they say repeated losses are affecting their ability to provide for their families.
I have 3 kids. I can provide with the necessities that they really need now.
They're now warning the situation is pushing farmers to the breaking point. Police say they are now investigating the reports. CNC3 News also reached out to Agriculture Minister Ravi Ratiram, and we are awaiting his response. However, the Predial Larceny Unit says its officers have been patrolling the area. Radhika De Silva, CNC3 News.
All right, well, lots happening in sport, including a major matchup just minutes away. Jassy Marika standing by. Jassy?
Thank you, Jesse. That's certainly right. We await the update from the Hasely Crawford Stadium. But we also have news that the Pocket Rocket is targeting one last World Championship. Hurrah! And the weekend in sport doesn't end with World Cup qualifying. We'll tell you some of the other big-ticket items after this break.
It's back to school savings time at Passar the Food King. Dasani water 355 ml, 5 cases, just $95. Swiss pasta cuts 300 grams, 4 packs for $20. Ibis all-purpose flour 2 kg, 2 packs now $30. Nature Light Idaho potatoes 5 pounds, just $19.99. Universal frosted flakes 300 grams, 2 packs only $24.99. Halal minced chicken 5 pounds, just $99. Nestle Recon full cream and low fat 1 liter, 2 packs for $24.99. Sweet Hand soya oil 1.5 liter, only $24.99. Matuk's guava jam for 54 grams, 2 jars, now $25. Super Cow full cream powdered milk 650 grams, just $32.99. Matuk's peanut butter 250 grams, 2 tubs, now $25. Suave bathroom tissue 24 pack, now just $34.99. Halal minced beef 4 pounds, only $99. And Fruita Cool Kids 200 grams, 2 cases, now $100. Sale ends September 8th or while stocks last.
Need to upgrade to a better phone system? Contact the experts at Voice Outsourcing. In office or remote, our phone system allows you to take every call. Grow your bottom line by offering excellent customer service. Call 217-1895 or 628-8182 or email today.
It's a beautiful day at the Oval. And opening the bowling from the Palm Grove end is Sean Bishop. And here he comes charging in. Right arm over the wicket. Powell takes a huge swing. Richardson is under it. Whoa! That was a spectacular catch. Big things ahead for this new crop of youngsters. The future is bright.
Food Basket Marketplace is celebrating our 34th anniversary for the month of August, and you're invited. Enjoy massive deals like minced beef 5 pounds to $99, cow heel 5 pounds to $79.95, Nestle cream milk 4 for $54.95, Crown 8 kilograms rice $69.99. Come and shop to win one of our 34 shopping sprees, big giveaways, and free hampers to be won. Shop, save, and celebrate only at Food Basket Marketplace, Arriba, Shagwana, Shafle, and Gulfview. Food Basket, where shopping is a pleasure and the price is right.
Welcome back. It's time for sport now. Rovman Powell's 9th CPL 50 could not save the Barbados Royals from a 4th defeat in 5 games this season. Instead, Shea Hope and Dwayne Pretorius lit up Kensington Oval as the Guyana Amazon Warriors got a 4-wicket win. A rocky start for the Barbados Royals with the loss of Quinton de Kock was worsened by more early dismissals. A wicket each for Dwayne Pretorius and Imran Tahir and 2 for Godakish Moti accounted for Kadeem Allen, Brandon King, Corbin Bush and Shafin Rutherford. The Royals suddenly 69 for 5. But a hail of sixes in an 82-run stand for the 6th wicket between Rovman Powell and Rassie van der Dusen meant a revival. They hit them to all parts of Kensington before van der Dusen's dismissal on 45. But no such misfortune for Powell, who reached a 23-ball 50 from the last delivery of the innings. The Royals' 165 for 6 from 20 overs was a tricky ask for the Warriors, made more perilous when they lost Ben McDermott and Moeen Ali in the 2nd over, bowled by Bosch. Shimron Hetmeyer's dismissal put them at 14 for 3, but then came the West Indies captain Shea Hope, who formed a destructive combination with Pretorius, lifting the Warriors from 30 for 4 to 119. When Hope was on 44, Bosch was on 13 from 20 deliveries, but in a blink the South African cut loose and in the space of the next 12 balls raised 50 from 32 deliveries. Although he was dismissed from the next delivery he faced for 53, Hope brought up his own milestone on his way to 62 not out and then sat back and watched Quinton Sampson bring the Warriors home with 33 from 20. The Guyana Amazon Warriors getting to 170 for 6 and victory by 4 wickets. And now to our top story tonight. The Police Service of Trinidad and Tobago is reiterating its strict traffic and parking restrictions being implemented for tonight's World Cup qualifier against Curaçao. Fans journeying to the Hazley Crawford Stadium are being discouraged from parking indiscriminately along the streets around the venue. Assistant Commissioner Gavin Henry also promises a, quote, robust wrecking operation against members of the public found to be in violation.
Police officers and traffic wardens will be positioned along the roadway at key intersections from the Sealers traffic lights Beetham Highway, continuing along Ryson Road, and along the Audrey Jeffers Highway. No parking will be permitted along Ryson Road, Maraval Parkway, nor the Audrey Jeffers Highway. I want to reiterate that there will be a zero-tolerance approach to any indiscriminate parking which tend to cause unnecessary inconvenience to the general public.
All right, by all indications, we understand that it has been smooth sailing down to the Hazley Crawford Stadium, at least from our base here in Port of Spain. Now, traffic and parking restrictions aside, the prevailing storyline remains T&T's World Cup push going into another gear tonight with a home game against a tricky opponent. Jovan Ravello is at the Hazley Crawford Stadium to give all of the talking points some context moments before kickoff.
Trinidad and Tobago's senior national team begins the final round of CONCACAF World Cup qualifying here at home against Curaçao, and by all indications, this partisan sea of red is in full support of their Soca Warriors. How do you guys feel about Trinidad and Tobago's chances of victory this evening?
100% good. Good. They go in, for sure. They go in, for sure.
Do you all think we're making it to the World Cup?
Yes, of course.
What score do you all think is going to come out of this match this evening?
Like 0-6.
I feel good going into it. You know, I've big supporter of York and Latters, so hopefully they can bring it home for us tonight.
What do you think tonight's result will be?
I think we're looking at a 2-1. We're legit.
I think we have it against Curaçao. I think this is the side to beat. I think they have two sides to beat. I think Jamaica will be the harder side, but I think these Bermuda and Curaçao will be the teams to beat.
I think I'm pretty confident we could win, but we'll see how they play. I haven't seen them play, so it depends on the squad that they bring out.
Do you think that we can make it to the World Cup?
Well, yeah, I hope so.
Just want to let them know that the entire nation is behind them and we wishing them all the best.
So there you have it. The fans are ready for victory, and in an atmosphere befitting the final round of CONCACAF qualifying, we leave you with the sweet songs of the BP Renegades.
All right, thank you so much for that report, Jovan. Well, before a ball is even kicked in Port of Spain, more pressure has been heaped onto the Soca Warriors. That's because over in Hamilton, Bermuda, fellow Group B frontrunners Jamaica are on their way to a solid win to kick off this final phase of qualifying. Courtesy of goals from Damian Lowe in the 6th minute, Ronaldo Cephas in the 26th minute, Casey Palmer in the 58th. The Jamaicans lead 3-0 with less than 5 minutes remaining in that encounter. And again, it all seems as though they are heading for a victory to kick off their campaign, which means we must do the same. Yesterday, Minister of Sport and Youth Affairs Philip Watts announced Dwayne Bravo as this country's latest sport ambassador. Today, the champion expressed his gratitude for the honor on his Instagram, saying, quote, representing the red, white and black has always been a source of pride, whether on the cricket field, through music or in any space around the world. Bravo added, this role is about inspiring the next generation and continuing to showcase the talent, culture and unity of our people. And he also issued a call for continued nation building. Congratulations to him. FIDE Masters Joshua Johnson, Ryan Harper and Kevin Cupid topped the second leg of the Promenade Chess Club's Grand Tour played in the atrium of the Trinity Mall last Saturday. Johnson, the reigning national champion who won the first leg of the tour 2 weeks ago, had to share the prize this time around with 9-time national champion Harper as well as Cupid, who both were playing their first leg of the tour. Promenade Chess Club President Hayden Lee said the tournament seeks to improve younger players through exposure.
We are not into that of having just juniors playing juniors or the senior just playing seniors. We want to have everybody play each other. We believe that is the only way chess can grow, when the young ones are able to play the elderly, the senior ones, and get the experience of the game. So it is not just they playing each other and feeling that they are improving.
To some news around the region, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce is set to retire, and para-athletes in the Caribbean will get a much-needed boost with the launch of the Caribbean Adaptive Sports Alliance.
Jamaican sprinting legend Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce will hang up her spikes after this month's World Championships in Tokyo, Japan. The 38-year-old, also known as a pocket rocket, widely regarded as one of, if not the greatest sprinter of all time, competes in the women's 100-meter in Worlds. Fraser-Pryce, a 3-time Olympian and a 10-time world champion, said she chose to bow out after the championships, having withdrawn at last year's Olympic 100-meter final in Paris due to injury. Top officials from the global and regional Paralympic movement will gather in Grenada on Monday to officially launch the groundbreaking Caribbean Adaptive Sports Alliance, also known as CASA. The alliance marks a pivotal commitment to shattering barriers and creating structured pathways to sport for athletes with disabilities across the region. The high-profile delegation will be led by International Paralympic Committee President Andrew Parsons, joined by the President of the Americas Paralympic Committee and Martin Jackman, the newly appointed President of CASA. I'm Casting Cupid, and that was sport around the region.
Well, it is Friday, and you know the drill. It is time for the CNC3 Sport Wrap with, once again, Casting Cupid.
The Valsean Legends football finals will bring an array of veterans to the Valsean Recreational Grounds from 7 p.m. on Saturday when Santos Maracas battles ERA Masters for the third place. From 8:45, the grand final, Valtrain versus Defense Force past players. The Kelvin Roberts North Zone Basketball League Under-17 title will also be decided on Saturday at the Woodbrook Youth Facility from 7 p.m. It's going to be all or nothing after Spartans clawed back in Game 2 on Thursday night to level the series at 1 with Coach KG Elite. On Saturday evening, the Trinbago Night Riders will take to the Guyana National Stadium in Providence to face the Guyana Amazon Warriors. We know this encounter could get testy, so send the guys all the positive energy from the toss at 7 p.m. And back at home, Trinidad and Tobago Table Tennis Association will crown champions at the National Senior Championships all weekend long at the Racket Center in Tagarigua. Matches start from as early as 1 p.m. Well, I'm Casting Cupid, and that's all you need to know. Where to go, what to do over the weekend in your CNC3 Sport Wrap.
Now, an exchange of fire at the US Open is tonight's Sport High. American Taylor Townsend and her Czech partner Katerina Siniakova lost in the US Open women's doubles final today, but not without a fight against Erin Routliffe and Gabriela Dabrowski.
I feel like all of Trinidad is trying to head to the stadium right now, but
except us three.
For now.
I don't know what you all are going after, but you know, with Independence this week, CPL, and now this World Cup qualifier, I feel like our patriotism peaked a bit.
Yeah, it
felt
did,
very high.
And hopefully at the end of 90 minutes tonight, it'll get even higher.
Fingers crossed.
3-0.
All right, thank you so much, Jesse. Let's take a break. We'll be right back.
Food Basket Marketplace is celebrating our 34th anniversary for the month of August, and you're invited. Massive deals like big deal peas and carrots, big deal kidney beans. Buy 3 tins, get 1 free. Port Royal oil, 900 ml. Buy 3, get 1 free. Buy 12 packs of toilet paper and get a pack of napkins free. Come and shop to win in one of our 34 shopping sprees. Big giveaways and free hampers to be won. Only at Food Basket Marketplace, Orima, Chaguanas, Shop Flair, and Goldfield. Food Basket, where shopping is a pleasure and the price is right. Food Basket, the nation's #1 supermarket.
Dress like you mean business. At The Working Woman, we bring you stylish, professional looks made for the modern woman. From casual to formal workwear, we've got your professional wardrobe covered.
If you could see what the future holds, you'd see that while things change, you've still got it. You are strong, resilient, inspiring. And you won't be defined by time. You'll own every minute of it. Because you were made for more. Discover how Alive multivitamins by Nature's Way help you age vibrantly.
Where there aren't many places in the Caribbean that you can go underwater without getting wet, but Barbados is one of those exceptions.
Brent Pinero and Crystal James went exploring the reefs of Barbados in a submarine for This Week in Travel.
We all love boats, cruising along with the wind in our hair, or where the hair used to be. But if you have ever wondered what cruising underwater is like, well, I've got a front row seat and a boarding pass. Let me show you. Today I'm going on an Atlantis submarine. Yes, though rare, there are submarines in the Caribbean. In fact, Barbados is one of the few places in the entire Caribbean where the average person can go cruising underwater. Now, getting to the sub is easy. It's a quick 8-minute boat trip out to sea. I say quick because in the time it takes to do the safety briefing, the crew are already dropping the ladder so we can board the submarine. A fun fact, I quite like to be at sea because I'm the holder of a long-expired helmsman certificate, which basically means in a past life, I used to steer ships. So give me a second to climb down these stairs because I can't wait to meet the sub pilot. Welcome aboard Atlantis Cruises. My name is Brent. I'll be your pilot today.
Excuse me, sir. You're in my seat.
Okay, so clearly Jadeja does not want me to be great today, but that's okay. It was like solving for X up in the front there anyway. Way too many buttons. Plus, I think the passengers would prefer that I sit this one out. When hatch is sealed, some buttons, I don't know what they do, are pressed. And we are ready to visit the fishes.
They're taking it down.
As we head into the depths, we're greeted by our first visitor. No, make that 2 visitors. Wait, 3. You know what? Come one, come all. This is Freshwater Bay Reef, also known as Clark's Reef to the locals. The handy guide on the sub's walls helped identify the various fish species as well as the various coral species. Atlantis Submarines has been operating here in Barbados since 1987, and this is dive number 20,748. So I'm not worried about a thing. I can just peer through the portal and watch this underwater world go by. At the edge of the reef, the fish become a bit scarce, but we do manage to spot a sea turtle going about its business, and one fish trying to figure out why we are there. This sub can only go down to 150 feet, so we aren't expecting to see the Titanic. Instead, the ghostly outline of the Lord Willoughby ship comes into view. Once used to transport fresh water, it now sits on the seafloor as a habitat for marine life. You may notice there are hardly any corals on it. Well, here's another fun fact. Yes, I'm full of them these days. The wreck has been down here for about 50 years, and coral grows very slowly, so it will remain relatively coral-free for now. After about 45 minutes of exploring Barbados' underwater treasures, it's time to head back to the surface because I want to be where the people are. Good thing too, because in a cruel twist of fate, I was in a good spirit down below, and I'm now in a 6 spirit up above. Yes, I got seasick. I guess nothing really does beat a Jet 2 holiday. Brent Penner, CNC3 News, Barbados.
Fantastic experience there by Brent and Crystal. Have you all anyone?
I've never. I just want to say, Brent, thank you so much for that front row seat. I will not be doing that anytime soon.
What about you, Jazzy?
Yeah, too many stories that didn't end with Brent coming back to us here at CNC3.
Well, fun fact, I actually did do the submarine. So there's a picture of me many years,
nice.
9 years ago,
Wow.
by the way. It's quite fascinating to see all those fishes. And yeah, I can totally understand the experience. So
really nice.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's how we end the newscast this evening. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Rhea Rambly, but before we go, Jazzy, would like to share the
hopefully the Soca Warriors can find their sea legs. They'll start with Denzel Smith in goal. The new boy, Kobe Henry, who was born in the USA, gets a start as well. Josiah Trimmingham, Daniel Phillips, Kevin Molino, the captain, Levi Garcia, Tyrese Spicer, Dante Seeley, Andre Rampersad, Rio Cardines, and Noah Powder, the starting 11 this evening. And just to update you on the Jamaica score. They beat Bermuda 4-0. So we have to win this one, guys.
And we will.
We certainly will.
All right, thank you so much. Have a good night.
You're watching CNC3.
What Tongue Say? Brought to you by Sunshine Snacks and White Oak.